السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي واجعل لي وزيرا من أهلي هارون أخي اشدد به أزري وأشركه في أمري كي نسبحك كثيرا ونذكرك كثيرا إنك كنت بنا بصيرا. وصل اللهم على محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. ربنا اغفر لنا وارحمنا وأنت خير الراحمين. آمين. والحمد لله رب العالمين. I think today we should change the words. Sure.
You got it. You got it. No, go ahead. No.
Okay. I mean, since she agrees that you can study, why don't you? Why wouldn't you?
Okay, so we are on part 17 of the Book of Creation. We are reading from the Seedbed of the Light, and this is page 8 for us. So we will begin with the first paragraph, but before we begin there, I'll read the last two lines from last week, which is on the same page. The Quran follows two ways to knowledge of God. Glory be to him, and to prove God's unity. The first is the argument of favoring and purposiveness. So this is what we will be reading today. The first argument of favoring and purposiveness as one of the two ways to knowledge of God and proof of God's unity.
Two ways or?
It's on the beginning of page 8. So we will begin with the paragraph that says all Quranic verses. All Quranic verses that mention the benefits or uses of things and the wisdom in or purposes for their existence weave this argument and serve as mirrors in which it is reflected. This argument can be summarized as follows. Everything is made firmly and artistically. The perfect orderliness in creation, which is for certain purposes and uses, and is evident in everything's existence, indicates that the all-wise Creator created them for a basic purpose. Such clear will leaves no room for chance and coincidence. Any science dealing with creation testifies to this orderliness, points to the uses and fruits hanging from the branches of existence like clusters, and reveals the wisdom and beneficial results behind daily, monthly, and seasonal changes. Should I finish the whole argument? Or I finish the paragraph?
Hey, I think we should start with the paragraph. Tell us what attracted your attention in the paragraph.
Okay, so it's saying that all Quranic verses that refer to some sort of benefit or uses of things, and the wisdom and or purposes for their existence leave this argument. This argument is the argument of favoring and purposiveness. And they serve as mirrors to these arguments of favoring and purposiveness, serve as mirrors in which the argument of favoring and purposiveness is reflected. So I guess like in a general sense, what attracts my attention is, I'm not sure what it's exactly, maybe favoring as in willing, like a conscious will behind everything, and purposiveness as in, again, there's a perfect orderliness, there's purpose, nothing is there arbitrarily or without some sort of certain purpose or relationship to everything else around it. It's part of this whole mechanism, and this orderliness, which we can also see in any science dealing with creation, points to a conscious will preferring to make this the way it is, preferring this sort of order as opposed to not preferring it.
Yeah. So where are we going to use the favoring and purposiveness, which is benefits, which can be said that benefits and wisdom? Sometimes, if we are not careful, we refer it to our benefits, means for my to satisfy my expectations, but we have to be very careful. What are my expectations? So who decides, or what decides that my expectations are right? For example, a person is very selfish. He or she will say, my expectations are these, that I will be happy for myself, but selfishly happy. Yeah, I must be the best one in the world. Maybe this person is very aggressive and say that in my neighborhood, I will have the best house. That's my expectation. How can you justify it? Is it really true? Can we accept this? But the text says something interesting. The wisdom in or purposes for their existence, not benefits which we expect for our, for example, ambitions, caprices. And according to my understanding, maybe I may reduce my existence to my bodily existence, so that I am a human being as a body. I am a human being as a living being only. So usually people don't pay attention to it, because when we think, where is the benefit in it? The question is there. And the argument goes on, depending on the people's expectations or interpretations of what benefit is referred to. Benefit to your animal side, benefit to your body side, benefit to your human side, benefit to your mind, benefit to your, for example, really expectations in your existence and your concerns about the purpose of existence of the universe in general, rather than saying that my benefit is to have the breakfast ready on my table every morning. Is it human? We have to question. So most of the ambiguity in the arguments, in any kind of philosophical arguments or rational arguments, cannot meet each other because their definition of the words are different. When I say benefit, I am thinking of my health, bodily health. Another person says benefit, he's thinking of his purpose of life, purpose of existence. So we cannot agree at all, because our expectations, our definitions of benefit is different. We have to be very careful. We have to define the words first. What do we mean by benefit? What do we mean by purpose? Purpose for what? Some people say purpose for my bodily existence, to satisfy my bodily existence. The other may say purpose to satisfy my questions. The other person may say the purpose I'm looking in the existence to satisfy my human expectations. The definition is different, may be different from person to person. So if you say that the universe is purposeful, people start arguing, is it really purposeful? But their baggage is different. Each of them has different baggage. So one of them say, no, I see no purpose at all, because, I've seen just one of my relatives died at the age of 20. What do you mean? The babies are dying before even, as soon as they are born. Where is purpose in it? Just random happenings, they may say. Because this person reduces the word, the meaning of word, benefit or purpose, to only physical being in this world, not human side. So,
but still he looks for benefit and purpose.
No, the foundations are missed. If you, for example, that's what they say, and also we shouldn't forget that bird side as well. If someone thinks that his existence, entire existence, is only for animal or bodily satisfaction, it reduces the purpose of his existence to bodily being only, which is very contradictory to human existence, the purpose in the existence of human beings. So what is the point? But if you see the purpose in existence, as an extension, you can make sense that I exist in bodily form as well. So I must see the purpose in my body. For example, I see the purpose of the existence of my eye because my human side wants to see. So with the eye, for example, if something happens, then the eye doesn't work, still struggle for it to regain the power of sight by using the eye. So eye becomes meaningful because I have the power of sight. And then I need to see. Otherwise, if someone doesn't feel the need to see, it's misleading. So we shouldn't forget about the needs of our body as well. Of course, if you don't know what the purpose of your existence as a human being, what are you going to do with your body? It is going to be to rot in the soil. What? With pointless discussion. So when you establish the purpose in existence, then as an extension, my existence includes body as well, although it's not the essence of my existence, essence of the purpose. We are missing. So materialist people say that, oh, there seems to be an order, yeah, and everything may seem to be a purpose, but it is coincidental. Why? Because they don't really see, or they don't really need, or they condition themselves that they don't really need to search for the purpose of their existence. First of all, they define themselves as, we consist of our body, and that's it. And somehow, from under the effect of, or as a result of external effects, that we develop some expectations because we learn it from society. That's what they say. So everybody says something, then we develop these kind of senses, because these senses cannot be related to physical development of the body. So it must be learned, obtained from other sources. Maybe the effect of society, maybe the effect of the family values, this kind of. They refer it and get away from it. But they never question, we keep saying this, they never question the source of existence of this external, even it's external phenomenon. Whatever it is, external phenomenon, the source of existence, how come that these kind of senses exist even as a result of the external factors? They exist.
When they say, if they say society is not something physical, that means you already agree that there's not everything physical.
This concept itself is an abstract concept, a kind of existence. We have to understand that even human imagination is an existent thing. Imagination exists. It doesn't have to be in the physical form. It is there. Now, I cannot say that my eye exists. That's why I'm seeing it. And my brain exists. That's what I think that can the power of sight be the result of eye, can be the power of sight or the power of thinking be the result of brain, body, because body means matter. So biological matter doesn't matter. It's a matter. At the end of the day, it's a matter. So brain be the source of existence of thought, imagination. source of existence of thought itself, imagination itself. Better. Can it be the source of existence of something which cannot be described in the form of material existence, but it exists? For example, the things exist and beauty, ugliness, etc. exist. Beauty is different from the material body of something which call it beautiful. But if I didn't have the concept of beauty, how can I call it beautiful? Doesn't make sense. But that's why they never mention about the existence. Source of existence of something. They refer it to something else and they think that they got away with it. This is just deliberate ignorance to me. So, purposes for their existence, wisdom in their existence, anything. Okay, I cannot refer it to an accident. For example, a simple thing, let's say I entered the house and the furniture is arranged in such a way, simple, even in the material sense. And there are two ways of explaining it, those who are familiar with this explanations, usually used by so-called people, the scientists, and interpreting the events that they study. They say, if there are two ways, you enter it and you say, who arranged this furniture? Yeah, because it is arranged in such a way that you utilize it, you benefit from it, immediately it comes to your mind that it is this is the result of a conscious choice. Or the other one doesn't want to accept and conditioned himself to explain the events within themselves only, without referring to an external factor, external to that thing, whatever they are studying, without referring it to an external factor, external to that thing that they are studying. For example, external to the furnitures themselves. And say, look, if the furniture was put just in front of the door, it wouldn't work. The people cannot get into the room. So that's why it didn't work. So when it found the right position, it settled there. That's what they explain. In the corner of the room, for example, where the people can sit easily. Now it settled down there. Why? Because it functions. It works. It works, but can you say that the matter itself is arranging itself? Because existential side, if the existential side is ignored, then you are bound to explain the things happening at the surface of relationship between matter to matter, and try to invent all the other qualities which are much more sophisticated than matter itself, especially human side is concerned, the feelings, human qualities. They ignore it, they deny it. These are the results of matter. Can the matter be source of existence of something which has nothing to do with it at all? That's so simple. So when we look at the purpose the purpose or the concept of purpose. We have to see purpose in terms of existence. What is the purpose in existing? So human beings look for purpose. Even you say there is no purpose in creation, which materialist philosophers claim that there's no purpose in existence. It just happened to be as it is. So they say, okay, the purpose we expect is invented by ourselves. It's learned. It is not natural. It is nurtured. That's what they claim. So they deny.
This reminds me of just some time ago. There was this person, a friend of mine, who was also like they were stuck on the idea of mosquitoes. Like when talking about everything in creation having purpose, they couldn't understand what the purpose of a mosquito was, because I'm thinking about it now. The idea through which we're understanding purpose. I mean, if you think about it in terms of benefits, they bite you, they scratch you. There doesn't seem to be any sort of ecosystem benefit. You know, if you took out mosquitoes, apparently there wouldn't be any large difference, according to some claims.
I mean, yeah.
According to some claims, right?
But it must have.
Sure, it must have, but
we don't know.
right, in terms of physical benefit or purpose, it seems like mosquitoes just there's no purpose. But I
How
guess
many kinds of mosquito on top of this?
sure,
Maybe
sure.
100 kinds of, maybe more.
Right.
Kinds of mosquitoes exist? Or what are the purpose in having 100 different kinds of mosquitoes? Yeah.
When they all have the same, do the same thing to me. But yeah, so I guess it is purpose in existence and understanding what my human expectations are when I seek for purpose and meaning.
So, because I assign purpose to my expectations, to my comprehension. So I may see the purpose in the existence of, for example, worms. They say, worms are important. You know why? Because human beings discovered, because they have holes in the earth, inside the soil, and then the soil gets oxygen. There's a purpose. But they don't say there's a purpose. It happened to be in this way that it is working. That's why they use this expression. So silly.
But even that limits my understanding of purpose.
It's still as a result of my understanding of purpose. Because I see benefit for my own material expectations or bodily expectations, because the soil must have oxygen. And then the plants must give more production so that I can eat. They are worse than animals to me. That's very simple-minded people. Really simple-minded people. They are just aggressive, that's it. They win the atmosphere, in the air, in the society. Because those people who defend belief and religion defend religion in a stupid way, more stupid than those materialists. So they overtake or weigh up the religious perspective of the people's explanation, or of the explanation of the people, religious people. Otherwise, not because really what they say makes sense, but compared to how religious people defend religion and how they defend their philosophy, understanding, interpretation. When they are compared, those scientists' explanation seem to be more consistent than those people who defend religion or belief. That's why they are winning in society. So I see why atheism is really widespread now, or mostly accepted by the new generation, especially who have not conditioned themselves in certain belief system because of the responsibility of the people who speak on behalf of religion, which does not make sense at all. So I don't blame atheists. You understand? I blame the stupid defense of religion, or the defending religion or belief in a stupid way. So that, I mean, how can we satisfy that human beings can be so simple-minded? Human beings are very sophisticated creatures or beings. How can they be so simple-minded? Not because they make sense in any sense, just because the opposite idea doesn't make sense at all, as it is defended. Okay. So another thing is artistically, firmly and artistically, to the point. Everything is, or everything has an existence, very firmly established, well established within the order of the universe, perfectly fitting everything within the order of the universe, and we may not understand. But in the course of time, we understand. Maybe some thousands of years ago, people didn't understand what the purpose and the existence of, or what benefit we get in the existence of the worms who live, or that live in the soil. For them, the existence of worm must be regarded as futile, or should have been regarded as futile, because they didn't see the point. But now we understand, oh, it makes sense now. It means we are discovering. We are discovering what is the wisdom, what is the purpose in the existence of each thing. But it is in progress. We have to go. So at this stage of investigations, discoveries, we might not find something, but by definition, there must be, because so far we didn't know, and we found out that they are useful, they are purposeful, they bring benefit. Yeah? So it means we should keep searching, discovering. It is open. The more we study, the better results we get. So some people may think that this is useless 1,000 years ago. Now the people find out that, oh, it is a purpose, yeah? Ecological balance or something. Yeah, we are discovering some new things every day. This is very good. That's what we have to keep studying the universe and investigating it without conditioning ourselves.
But in so much as it showcases to me knowledge of its source of existence, the purpose is already there, whether I find out its ecological...
As a result of discovery is an understanding that there is a purpose in their existence. But we haven't studied that one. Please, now we have to come to the conclusion of this discussion today. You continue what you want to say.
Oh no, that's all. I was just going to say that regardless of whether I find out what the purpose of the worms is or is not physically, when I look at the worm and examine it, it still showcases to me qualities of its source of existence.
Yeah.
And
That is-
in so much as that's concerned, it's purposeful.
Yeah. So in their existence, it is purposeful. I'm just recapping what you said. It's very important point that I wanted to go into there. So it is, thank you for opening the path now. In its existence, it is already fulfilling the purpose in its existence. How? By demonstrating the qualities manifested in it and inviting people, thinking human beings, rational human beings, to question about the source of existence of the qualities in its existence. What is that? Where did it get it from? Where did the worm get those qualities from? That is the ultimate purpose of existence, as far as human beings are concerned, because human beings rationally question for everything, unless we don't condition ourselves that I'm not going to question this aspect of existence. Anything which has qualities, it's a matter of questioning for human beings about the source of existence of these qualities in its existence. In our daily life, practical life, we question everything. In our practical life, we question everything. Even while we are doing our shopping, so or calling somebody or answering the message that we receive on our telephone. Shall I do that or not? Is it useful? Yeah. Shall I buy this or not? Do I need it? We question. We always question. The price, oh, I need it, but the price is so high that it's not worth it. We calculate. But when it comes to existence, we take it for granted. Isn't it obvious contradiction? It's a very obvious. It's not human at all. It is unhuman. Is it unhuman or
Inhuman.
inhuman? Yeah. But inhumane is different word. Inhuman. It is inhuman. But I said, shall I wear this one? I don't know whether the weather today. Let me check. So, because we live in closed houses now in the apartments, so we don't see the sun and we don't see the sky and we don't feel the fresh air. So we are very much dependent on it, also the sky. So that it's not going to rain today, so don't worry about taking the umbrella. Or it seems to be something. What we do, we go to the telephone or somewhere, internet, check the weather, and then accordingly wear it. According to take which shoes I should wear. Yeah. For example, if it is going to rain, I don't wear fantasy shoes. That's what people do. I don't have fantasy shoes, but people do that. Accordingly, they adjust themselves. There's purpose. But when it comes to the purpose in existence, they turn completely blank. They don't use their mind. That is wrong. To question the purpose of existence is the heart of beliefs. It means religion. That's how it is known. I'm not talking, when I say religion, I don't mean the institutionalized, any kind of institutionalized religion. No, belief system, which gives meaning to my existence. That is what religion is. Anything that which gives meaning to my existence. That's my religion. And then, of course, according to the meaning, what the meaning refers to, I can start developing. If there's a purpose in the creation, if there's a meaning in the creation of this and that, And then what is the purpose? There is a conscious being behind the existence of all this. This conscious being is guiding me how to really make most of my existence as a human being. Maybe 1,000th of it is the pathetic side, but 999, 99th is related to my human side. My one body, because either you live in this world 60 years or 80 years, what matters? Ultimately it means really not important. At the end, you are going to depart from here anyways. There's no way to stay here. So we shouldn't really think about even the people. They say, we have to get the balance. Yeah, we have to get the balance. About what? Our bodily responsibilities and spiritual responsibilities, 50-50.
I think we shouldn't even separate this.
The consequence of your understanding of the purpose in existence, you can take care of your body. It is not, you can take care of it, but it's not the essence of your, the essence of the purpose of your existence in this world. It's not, you are a human being, you are not body, but you are given the body as well. Okay, no one needs encouragement to take care of his body.
Seems to
We
me
do
no
it
need
practically.
to me, it seems no need to even separate and talk body or spiritual.
Yeah, no. But the people talk about in religious religion, 50% for your body care, 50% for your spiritual care. It is not fair at all. It is not fair at all. One is eternal, the other one is just limited. Now, it says interesting thing. We see no chance and coincidence in existence. So, therefore, there must be purpose. Okay, and then the author is very conscious of what he's saying, what he's talking about. He doesn't say, so the prophets, the religion, the Quran is very important, because he's studying the purpose introduced to humankind by the Quran. He says now, in order to understand the purpose and the existence of this universe or human existence, he says, any science, any science dealing with creation. Is it interesting, isn't it? Any science dealing with creation. You find it interesting? The connection here. Science means
Study of the universe.
study of the universe. It means the way we discover the qualities in the existence of anything in the world, and as a result, questioning the source of existence of these qualities. That is the heart of religion. That's the heart of belief. If you don't question the qualities of the source of existence, no. If you don't, no, the sentence was wrong. If we don't question the source of existence of the qualities in existence, in the world, in the universe, that we discover, what is the point? What is the point to discover? So I live comfortably. I don't know who lives comfortably. A person in New York or a person in China on the mountains never heard anything about iPhone or telephone, TV, nothing.
That sounds better.
I don't know who is more comfortable, who lives longer and healthy. Which one?
Chinese.
Chinese. The people who live in Tibet, for example. They live 110 years. Who lives 110 years in New York? And every day after the age of 60, 65, you subscribe to hospital and doctors about these tests. So, but those people who live in Tibet don't know what hospital is. And they live 110 years and they still work and they are tough. So if the bodily care is important, we should get away from this word. It is not the purpose, cannot be the purpose. Just we are contradicting ourselves because of our wrong definitions. So science dealing with creation testifies to this orderliness and therefore purposes, finding out the purposes, and reveals the wisdom and beneficial results behind all things are happening in the world, because the world is not static. The universe is not static. So it says every kind of change reveals important secrets of the purpose in creation. So whoever studies it, they will discover it. But the purpose of discovering is to see the source of existence of the qualities that we observe in the existence of material things. Because every material thing has qualities. So find out the qualities. And question, get to know the source of existence of these qualities better. So it helps you understand and establish your existence on a firm, satisfactory base that you belong to the same source of existence who creates everything purposefully. So your existence becomes purposeful, meaningful. You enjoy your existence. Otherwise, you may have comfortable, as I don't know what it means, comfortable life. Comfortable life doesn't mean that you don't work. If you don't work, you are not comfortable. You get bored. So depends on what you understand from comfortable life. So the purpose of life, to have a comfortable life, in order to feel secure in your existence. You have confidence in your existence, that my existence is under the control of the one who knows what he's doing and perfectly arranging everything to teach himself to me. And so that I will feel comfortable in my existence. That's religion, if you like. Or that religion should mean this, having comfortable in my existence. Not in my bodily expectations defined by myself, reducing my existence to an animal status. So animals don't need security in their existence as far as we can see. They may, but we see that they don't really. As far as we see, I don't think it is the case, but in their own consciousness, they must have something. The animals don't want to die, for example.
Of course, when you try to harm them, they also run away.
They want to
Keep their
save
existence.
their life. Yeah, why? Why do you think? We don't know. So if you look at, it is so amazing. There was a bag I wanted to catch and throw it into the garden, but it went, and I went after it, but it disappeared. I said, "But it was here. Where did it go? There's no hole or anything." You know what happened? You think I thought he doesn't know the contrast, color contrast. It was black, and it came on a black area and stopped there. I didn't see it because they were both black. Look, even as a conscious human being, I thought of it later on, but it practiced it on the spot. Although, how does this animal know that its color is black? How does it know that? Black body cannot be seen by the one who want the animals catch the other
Predator.
animals to eat.
Predator and prey.
Sorry,
Predator.
predator, not
Predator.
predator.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know the word. When I read it, I know the word, but I cannot. In daily life, when I don't use it in my language, it is not fine. So, predator. It is more clever than I am. How can I say that? It doesn't really have the quality to question the purpose of its existence. That's my understanding, or that's my ignorance. That's my ignorance only. But compared, we know that we question, we think that the other animals don't question. We don't know. We don't know. We cannot make sure that they don't question. Okay.
Previous sentence it says all wise creator created them. What does them refer to?
Perfect orderliness. Maybe the perfect orderliness in creation.
Perfect ordinance or everything? Because before that sentence it says everything is made firmly and artistically.
Yeah, we can refer to that. Sure.
Everything, yeah? Or both case works, right?
Everything is existence of.
Everything.
I think so. So everything is the result of will and conscious choice. Oh, these are interesting points that we should be aware of. Okay. Anything that you wanted? Yeah.
Yeah, in the same sentence, when it says created them for a basic purpose, I guess basic as far as the most foundational
Yeah.
purpose for me, which is what we've been discussing, like on an existential level.
Anything more? No
Such
question?
clear will.
Yeah.
It means we will
Will, will means really conscious choice.
conscious. These all things shows conscious choice, right?
Demonstrates.
Qualities.
They don't have choice, but they demonstrate the quality of choice. Shall we continue? Or question, comment, objections, challenges? And if not, next part. Okay.
Take zoology and
Zoology or zoology? Sounds good. Zoology or
zoology and botany. The world contains hundreds of thousands, even millions of plant and animal species, each of which had a first, original ancestor. For humanity, this was Adam.
symbol? I mean, it's the way it is explained. Adam symbolizes what?
Original first.
Yeah, every human being. It means humanity or humans. So, I mean, in the Quranic narration, we should understand that Quran, or actually not really originally Quranic narration, Torah narration. The first human being is symbolized with the name of Adam. Okay, it means as a conscious, deliberate act of creation about human existence. Yeah, human existence, or materially and even bodily, and also human qualities wise. Each of them are equally, each means the first human being and the last human being have the same potentiality, have the same potential as a human being. Of course, another creature, for example, another bird, for example, has the same qualities. But we may, for example, I don't know, depending on the physical environment, we may have physical developments. Those people who work and those people who don't. There's a difference between bodies. Those people who eat more or less, or healthy, unhealthy, whatever. But quality-wise, human quality-wise, potentially they must be equal. Because if you understand that they have a conscious creator must manifest its qualities equally for all human being, for example, I don't know, cows. This is going to be cow. This is going to be another, for example, a tree or a plant or a vegetable. Potentiality-wise, they must be different, but to develop the potentiality needs experience. That's how the existence is taking place. We learn, animals learn, I don't know whether plants learn or not, but I'm not a plant, I don't know, but it seems to be, to me, it seems to be, they don't learn, but animals, when they are baby, they do exercise, develop their potentialities into capacity. So, original is not, I mean, the author says it is not transferring from inanimate being into animate being and into plant and into animal by themselves. That's why it refers to the original ancestor. It means conscious, deliberate organization, choice. But in the narration of the story, this conscious, deliberate organization, choice, the beginning, there must have a beginning. So the beginning is the beginning of human existence, which human beings are concerned with most. We seem to be my father's father, my great-great-father, whatever, mother. And what is the beginning? You said the Quran symbolizes it with the name Adam or Torah or whatever, revelation symbolizes it with the name Adam. No one knows who Adam was. So we have to understand that is the way of narration. The Adam means the beginning of human, the beginning of existence or creation of human being. And that is symbolized by Adam, the first created man, with its full potentiality. So as far as the universe is concerned, we have to talk about time dimension. Right? As far as the creation is concerned, because the creation is taking place within space and time. So as far as the creation is concerned, I have to talk about limitations, physical limitations, the beginning, the end. And also materially, dimensionally, beginning and end, space-wise, spatial beginning and end. Right? This the thing, for example, this mission starts from here and this here, and height is that.
Spatial wise, it also have to have a end, right?
Yeah, definitely, but that's what we do.
Because in the Wednesday
the
class,
Earth, the Earth is a globe. Yeah, we say that it starts from here and ends here. That's what we comprehend the Earth. So time-wise also, there must be a beginning and there must be an end.
because I didn't understand why we said the universe does not have an end.
No, you're misunderstanding to me. We didn't say that. We cannot get to the end.
We can.
Well, it's different from, it doesn't have a beginning and end. We cannot get to it.
But by definition, it must have.
If it is given existence, it must have a beginning. That's human logic. And you can calculate it and find out the beginning. So if it has a beginning in space, it must have a beginning in time necessarily. So human beings, each human being has a beginning and end. Yeah? The life starts, let's call it with birth, and ends with death. So beginning and end. And also every human being is here. Dimensions, you can say how tall is this person is, etc. Yeah. the caliber of material, the bodily caliber, or the width and height, yeah, length. We can measure it. So everything has an origin. Origin means the beginning.
Each member of these species is like an exquisite, amazing mechanism.
Right now we see it. Yeah. Right now we see it. Any being, you see that they have, each of them has exquisite, amazing mechanism. It means cannot reduce it to accident. Each of them is perfect within itself.
How can one claim that the so-called laws of nominal existence and ignorant, blind natural causes could create these innumerable chains of beings?
Yeah, it means everything is an exquisite, unique to itself, amazing mechanisms, materially, let alone other qualities. Every animal has enormous qualities apart from their material mechanisms. So they call it, of course, they reduce it to laws which happen by themselves, accidentally happen. The laws of nature, what is the source of existence of laws of nature? We call it principles. So mechanisms, what is the source of existence of laws of nature? They call it laws of nature in inverted commas. It is something, a phenomenon that we experience here, order in their existence. We have to question. I cannot refer the laws of existence of matter to matter itself. It's so simple, isn't it?
You just say it's primitive.
What is primitive? Meaningless. They found the name, they coin it, and finish it. What is primitive? Even primitive. What is the source of existence of primitive law? No answer. Cannot reduce. The laws of existence of the primitive matter, yeah, needs the source of existence. Even they call it. But we see that the universe, everything in the universe is perfectly manifesting the source of existence of their qualities as being an absolute quality. If it was an absolute, it wouldn't give existence to it. It wouldn't be able to give existence to it. Existence means something didn't exist, now it exists. Who preferred the existence? So this source of existence must be an absolute one, because the source of existence of the universe cannot be found within the universe. But the universe is huge, doesn't matter. Maybe small, doesn't matter. Anything, even an atom. Source of existence of atom cannot be the atom itself. It is illogical. So simple. If something exists, the human mind says, what is the source of existence of this thing? Because I cannot refer it to itself. This is important. It's a very simple but important matter that the people don't think. The source of existence of a thing is itself. Does it make sense? The thing I'm saying, where did you come from? How did you come into existence? I come into existence because I come into existence. It's so silly. It is just circular. Simple, but
So they say for the source of existence of matter, they say laws or order, principle, same thing, right? Separate entity.
the law. They say
They
law.
say law.
Law is the sort of existence of matter.
Matter.
But what is law that it will give existence to the matter? So because law is something which we see and experience after the matter exists. And this is the principle and the order in the existence of matter. So if there was no matter, can we talk about law? Yeah? What do you think? It means we experience law after experiencing the matter. We cannot say that there is an independent entity which is called law from matter. Does it make sense? Independent entity. So we say, this is the law, this is the matter, and the law is making it. Is it possible for a materialist person to say that the law exists here? Because by definition, materialist mind has to demonstrate everything in material form. Come on, demonstrate the law, the material or existential thing, which is called law, in this world. Demonstrate.
But they how it's contradiction. They tell law exists, but they cannot demonstrate with matter
In existence.
in existence.
But they say, but this is the effect. But effect of what? The law. The law must have an existence. And then demonstrate the existence of the law. Because they say law is the source of existence of the matter. Okay? Without matter, there is no law. You just say, I mean, laughing is not the solution, but sorry for this simple-mindedness, but it doesn't match human being.
And so, if, just hypothetically, if the laws were the source of existence of the matter, for example, then it would be necessary for the laws to exist before the matter. By
It means
it must have an independent
existence, and they must be, if they bring into existence, if they bring something into existence, it means they must have an absolute quality.
only once the source is absolute can it exist before the matter or the laws or whatever.
So simple-minded people say, very simple-minded people, although they may be an expert in their subject, they may be really professors or something, but very simple-minded. They come with a counter argument saying, okay, show me God then. So I cannot show laws. You cannot show God as well. Oh, God, I'm not saying God is within the universe. God is this concept represents the source of existence of the universe. And by definition, it must be absolute. Why? Because if something is not absolute in and of itself, cannot be the source of existence of anything. That's the human logic. But you are saying universe consists of itself only. And laws after laws are the source of existence of the things. Then it must be within the universe, because existence consists of the universe itself. That's your definition. But if you say, no, existence doesn't consist of the, then human mind says, okay, the source must be absolute. That is called God. I'm not mentioning a thing which I experienced, and this is the one who made the universe. This is my logical conclusion. It necessarily must exist. This being. And that's what belief is. Simple. Something must exist in order for me to explain the existence of this one. That something is called, you can call it anything, but in the culture it is called God. Okay, God. If someone says no, somebody else, but for example, the Quran calls it mostly he, it, huwa, in its original language. Huwa, la ilaha illa hu. It must be. So we are not talking about a part of the universe so that I can take a picture of it or something. So you cannot compare the same thing. You cannot compare the concept, which is the sort of existence of the whole universe, as the source, to a thing within the universe, and the thing within the universe is the cause of existence of the universe. So completely different arguments. So you have to demonstrate it within the universe and show it and make sense and explain it in a way that I can make sense of it. So what is law? When you ask the question, no description, no definition. What's law? You know, the things operate in an order. Yeah, when I enter a room, I see that the furniture is arranged in such a way that it has an order. So can I attribute the existence of the furniture to that concept order? The text will say, so-called laws of nominal existence. So we name them. We just name them. Nominal existence. They say, well, this is just misnomer. Natural law causes. They say, what is natural causes? What is it in the universe? That's your naming.
So the fallacy in the reasoning, it lies in basically giving absolute qualities to something that is not absolute, like in a nutshell. Because as far as the definition of what must be the source of existence, it must be something that is absolute, it must be something that is independent. So when they defined nominal laws or principles or laws in this way,
there's our perception within the universe. Yeah.
It's not incorrect in the sense that the source must be this way. But when you look at what it is that they're labeling as such, that becomes problematic, because so anything of the nature of this existence of this world is by definition not absolute.
It cannot be
It cannot be absolute.
absolute. Logically cannot be
So the
absolute.
definition itself, that the counter argument of like attributing it to laws, the way they define laws is not incorrect. However, the laws themselves says, hey, this definition is not mine.
So this quality is
Cannot be
correct.
the quality of absoluteness, the source of existence, it must be absolute. The source of existence must be absolute. This is correct. The laws say, for example,
Yeah.
but it says I am not this.
Yeah.
Look somewhere
So
else.
my naming cannot be absolute. My naming, whatever I name. For example, I say these furnitures are well organized. These furnitures are useful. These furnitures are beautiful, whatever. Pleasant, comfortable. I'm just describing, putting a name, what I see in the existence of furniture. So what the materialist mind says, these qualities you are mentioning are the source of existence of the furniture. But that is my observation of the qualities of the furniture. Qualities of the furniture cannot be the source of existence of the furniture, which has these qualities. Repetitive, circular reasoning.
Why did you say universe cannot be absolute? Maybe instead
It
you
is
should say
continuous.
universe is not absolute, because you are within the universe. You didn't go to abstract
No,
notion. You are
this
still
is
in the
not,
universe.
cannot be absolute, because universe, as well as I can see, is subject to time, subject to space, by definition, subject to limitations, subject to beginning and end, and the certain shape and also certain qualities manifested in them without being the source within them. So,
Is not absolute,
so
because I'm
cannot be.
observing.
Cannot be absolute by definition. That's correct. Yeah, what you said was correct. So as a conclusion, we say the universe is not absolute. Cannot be absolute. It's more correct statement there. Good.
So when we look at the furniture in the room, for example, everyone sees the qualities that it is beautiful or it is
Whatever.
arranged, whatever, all these different things. That is correct. The quality is there.
Yeah,
Everyone perceives it. That's correct. However, the problem becomes then, where do you attribute it to the furniture itself, or
So, yeah,
or
that you are seeing the quality in it.
yeah.
You are not explaining the source of the quality. You are not explaining the source of the furniture either. But this is, when the furniture exists with its own qualities, it means they are given to it by another source. The question is, what is this another source? Universe, excuse me, in the example of furniture represents the universe.
Right. So I guess what I was thinking in my mind was, when I say the furniture is the source of existence of its qualities, I am giving the furniture an independent existence, right?
From its qualities.
Right. And insofar as the definition of a source of existence goes, that is absolute, it is correct, it must be independent. However, it's problematic in this case because the furniture also says I cannot be. I'm just making an observation, and then I'm just speculating, or not even speculation. I'm not reflecting enough, or I'm not thinking.
So if we don't use the expression source of existence of anything, then we miss the point. because human being always question the source of existence of anything. But if we don't refer to our observation in the universe, if we don't refer our conclusions to our observation in the universe and make a claim, doesn't make sense. That's what usually people say. Allah created everything. God created everything. That is the problem. That's the source of the problem. That is also as problematic as the materialist philosophy. They will say, where do they get the concept of God? As we say, where do they get the concept of laws? But equally problematic. That's why we should never speak in this way, because it doesn't make sense and it is not correct. And that's what we understand from the revelation or this divine scriptures. They refer to something else, although their language must be read correctly. Every literature needs the right way of reading. You cannot read a novel as a physics book. Yeah, you cannot read a chemistry book as a poem. I mean, you can read it out; it makes sense. But let's say as chemistry book as what? As history. Or it has history side as well. Only a history book. Okay.
Each species and each member proclaim that they issued from the hand of the wise divine power.
In the universe, issued from the hand of the wise divine power. Divine power means what? Sorry?
The source of existence.
Yeah, source of existence, which is completely different nature than what the universe has. It means absolute, the other one is needs to be created.
Divine also can be translated like absolute, right?
Absolute.
Same meaning?
Yeah. Absolute means the divine is not of the nature of universe. Divine, or in Arabic, ilahi, means not of the nature of universe. Or not of the nature of the beings in this universe. These are work or actions. But they are not actors. They are actions. They are not actors.
In order to reach the absolute divine concept, you have to go through wisdom,
Observing the universe.
observing wisdom,
Yeah, and see
seeing
the
first wisdom,
qualities there.
then you can reach the divine.
You have to go to the universe and see what will come forth. But first we have to question the wisdom. Okay, so let's study the last paragraph. But I think we concluded the subject, or really encompassed the subject.
The Quran teaches us this argument.
So the Quran introduces this perspective to human mind. Otherwise, we question, but we cannot go further. We question, but we cannot go further. Although, if we question, that is fine. That's why I say the primitive, those people who were not introduced to the divine speech, divine introduction, or divine instruction, they see the matter and they cannot make sense that this matter can be the source of its own existence. That's what they understand. That's very human. But they cannot go to an idea that an absolute being must exist as the source of existence of everything. And this being must be absolute. But they cannot go beyond the universe. What do they say? Something which is the source of existence of that thing. Usually they name it as spirit of something, which is the beginning of the right attitude. But what is worse, this modern materialist people is understanding that referring the existence of the universe to itself. It's not human at all. Primitive people are more human than the modern materialists.
Or making claims without referring to the universe. That's also just as bad.
Sorry?
Making claims without referring to the universe with no proof.
Yeah.
That's also
Logical inconsistency. Okay.
the Quran teaches us this argument. Then look again. Can you see any rifts?
Now, but the revelation says, doesn't say listen to me and imitate me. Revelation says, look again. Where?
The universe.
Simple. It means Revelation says, what I am teaching you is witnessed by the universe. Simple.
The speech of the creator of the universe provides you with the lenses to look,
Yeah.
through which to look at the
Yeah.
universe.
Opens up the way to make a right conclusion for the minds of the people, helps, guides. Actually, that's what the Revelation says. I am only a guide.
Mhm.
I'm just guiding you. Yeah, so that you will examine the universe and come to the conclusion. But only through examining the universe. It means you can examine the act in order to understand what the actor is. But looking for the actor is human, within human. So we always say, who made it? Who said this? That's what we are automatically thinking in this way. That's how we are created. That's why the tool is prepared in our existence to act for the source of existence. So to ask for the source of existence. And then our capacities experiencing the universe cannot go beyond the limits of the universe. So Revelation comes, says, yes, there is. Don't worry about it. But if you look at the universe in order to understand the source, the quality of the source of existence, you end up inevitably you will end up saying that the source must be absolute. It means not of the nature of universe. Not of the nature of universe.
Sorry, I was just saying the speech of God presents you the idea of something beyond the universe. That, hey, have you considered this? I mean,
Necessarily must be.
yes,
Evidence is
in the
Every-
universe.
the universe, not the speech.
Mhm.
So some religious people say that the speech brings its own evidence. Speech tells you the truth. No, speech opens up the way that the human reasoning must work. But the evidence of the speech is the universe.
Otherwise, there's so many schools of thoughts out there that do experience or do recognize the spirit in the existence of things, but since they cannot make sense of it, right, without proper guidance, they deviate.
They only get, the human beings can only say spirit, something
Yeah.
which we don't know. But still something which we don't know is something within the universe.
Yes, that's
So this revelation takes this concept cannot be within the universe. La ilaha is this. This something cannot be within the universe. Yeah, who made the brownie cannot be within brownie. We say, oh yeah, that's it. Oh yeah. So what are the qualities? Think about it. The quality of the source of existence of the brownie must be not of the nature of brownie.
That means absolute is told by Quran concept.
Yeah, I'm introducing
Introduce
this one, but it means absolute again must be not of the nature of the universe.
Yeah, not
Otherwise, a human being automatically asks or inquires, what is the source of existence of brownie? What is the source of existence of a bird? That is automatic. You don't have to learn it from revelation. So revelation says, yes, I encoded you with this question. It's already with you. Now I'm going to introduce that this sort of existence cannot be of the nature of this universe. La ilaha. But the one who gave existence. So every single thing that you can look, examine, and you must come to this conclusion. If you have one exception, don't accept my guidance, my teaching. One exception is enough. That's why I say if someone brings me one evidence that the universe and anything, any small, big, what doesn't matter, has a source of existence within itself or within something next to it. Demonstrates it within the universe, I won't believe in God. Really believe in God. Sincere. Serious. No. Because there is some sort of existence here in the universe. But what the materialists do, they say, look, it seems to be making. The order turns into source of existence.
like the cause and effect relationship can be justified. Hey, this is the cause of existence of this.
That's it.
Yeah.
But when you question the cause, it needs to be caused.
So yes, you can kind of go and backtrack.
So-
It's like what came first, the
but
chicken or the
It
egg?
doesn't have the choice because effect has different qualities than the cause itself.
Mhm.
That's why the source of existence of the universe must have absolute qualities of the qualities we see in the universe.
What did
Do you
you, what
understand?
did you mean by effect has different qualities than the cause?
Well, of course, for example, water, sun, etc. You see flower.
Mm-hmm.
They are not flower. Flower is a different effect. Different from it, they are apparent causes.
Mm-hmm.
Flower is different from the soil. Flower is different from the water, the sunlight, whatever. Air molecules. Air molecules are air molecules. They are not flower.
So why shouldn't one accept this idea that water, whatever, is the cause of existence of the flower? Because then you backtrack, you question the source of
No,
existence
can
of
it
all.
be? Because if the I don't know, water is the source of existence of the flower, it must have the quality to give existence to it. To give existence to it.
Mhm.
So if you see that, for example, the computer is working within a certain program, right? If you press on this key, something happens on the screen. So can you say that the key is the source of existence of what appeared in the screen? The key doesn't know. Key is arranged in this way by a conscious being. Key cannot say that I am creating it, I am giving existence to it. No, I have a tool, I have a means employed there. I have no quality to give existence to what appeared in the screen. It is an obvious thing.
So backtrack with all the causes.
No, backtracking is wrong.
Okay, so what do we do?
No. So you have to question at every moment, everything you see, and on the spot.
Okay.
So
So what is
if
the-
water is the cause of existence of flower or water and other elements we see, they are all the existence of the flower. And what is the cause of existence of these elements? Wrong reasoning. But it is not the point. Although it is right to ask this question, but it is not the point. First, you have to say that can they be the source of existence of? Let's assume that they have independent existence. Water, sunlight, minerals, air molecules, whatever, other form. So they have independent existence, giving existence to flower. Can they communicate with each other? Can they have knowledge? Can they have will? Any sign? Or all of them are subject to order. They don't have independent choice. They follow the way they are made. They have no free will. They have no power. They have no knowledge.
So it still seems like you're still backtracking with what you observe, right? So
Backtracking?
backtracking.
No, I don't.
So let's say I'm sewing something, I'm mixing this, and then I get the result, which is has different qualities than what
At first stage, I question, not the second stage.
first stage of like combining the
Because the
elements.
universe is created, the universe exists within an order. Order has some connection because if there was no connection, there would be no order.
So if I'm mixing two elements, I say, hey, do you have qualities to give existence? That's what you mean by saying like
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
progression.
So the first thing, you are a conscious being. Okay? You are a conscious being. As a conscious being, you are mixing two elements together and an unexpected result comes into existence. So question as a conscious being, can these two elements be the source of existence of the result? If you didn't mix them, they wouldn't be able to do that. Because your will, your knowledge, your experience, you are using already the existing order of the universe and applying it to the things themselves. So the universe, as far as the water, sunlight, etc., the air are concerned, they are the act of the creator of themselves. So the creator creates them in an order so that gives existence by using these means, gives existence to the plant. So, and the plant comes into existence in the second stage of the universe. For example, before you mixed, there was another universe. And it is entirety consistent within itself. And then after you mixed, there is brownie. Okay?
Exactly, that's a good example actually.
So,
Brownie.
and then we studied this on Wednesday. And then when there is brownie, there is another universe, comes into existence with different qualities. First, water and mix. Second, brownie. It is given existence independently. So there are some fundamental matters that we should never forget, that the order continuously renewed.
If I were to question the source of existence of this brownie, like how did it come into existence? Apparently, I know that I followed an order by mixing the elements, but then I shouldn't question the source of existence of those elements, but I should more question maybe the existence of the order. But still,
No, I have to do, this is my observation. You have to question whether the mix, the water, the heat can make the brownie.
oh, I see. So question every other
Give existence to the
phenomenon.
brownie.
Can this give existence? Not give existence.
So understanding that existence is taken within constant act of existence or constant act of creation is essential. We have to think that the order continuously acts in existence.
So the absolute qualities
Needed.
must say one sentence. Absolute qualities must be the source of qualities which we see in the universe are different or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, the qualities of the things must have an absolute source of existence, which has the source of existence of these qualities. So we see the qualities in brownie or in a flower. So these qualities must be not coming from the brownie itself or the flower itself. So flower is not brown. Brownie is not flower. Made up of it, but it is not the source of existence.
They call it like, we call it like something, but still when you say something, it's within the universe.
If we mean
If you
within the
mean this.
universe, then we cannot say absolute.
Yeah.
If it is not absolute, cannot be the source of existence.
So without revelation, so you don't have this guide, so your conclusion, your thoughts cannot go to absolute
Yeah.
because you are still in the
Yeah.
universe searching.
So you have to remain within the universe. revelation opens up. No, not within the universe, something else. That's why it says, La ilaha illa hu. That's what, there is no source of existence, but there is one source of existence, which is not of the nature of universe.
I know I'm going to ask the same thing again, but I'm trying to wrap my head around it. I'm questioning the source of existence of the brownie. So obviously, whatever I observed, water, whatever ingredients I mixed up, I say, first of all, does that order has the quality to bring this into existence, or do the elements have the quality to bring the brownie into existence, right?
But don't forget, in your example, a conscious agent is acting apart from all the elements and apart from the brownie itself.
The conscious agent is acting. Oh,
No.
I am the conscious agent that's acting.
Yeah, you are making the brownie because you are preferring.
Okay.
So you are arranging with your conscious knowledge
And how does that
and will.
And how does that change what I was saying?
So with this example, if you apply this example to the existence of a flower or any plant or bird, necessitates an external conscious agent. So it may confuse you. So because you are arguing the existence of the brownie, neglecting that there a conscious agent is arranging using the order.
Okay.
So how about who is using the order of the universe in order to give existence, and what is the source of existence of the order?
Mm-hmm.
So these examples do not match each other.
Oh, my verb related, like my creation, experiential example.
Your conscious interference.
Okay. Okay, good. Thank you. Besides my conscious interference, I've been under the impression, so if I'm questioning the source of existence of things, like how you do experiments, you're like, oh, you mix this, but then I'm like, wait, I'm searching for the source of existence of this. So I don't want to, like, logically, like, you backtrack, you're like, oh, I mixed this, but then again, I should not negate my interference in that. What I'm trying to say is, like, then I would question also the source of existence of water, the source of existence of the soil. So if I keep backtracking it in search of the source of existence of
backtracking just at the first step, not the second step.
First step.
First step means water and plant, not the source of existence of water. So that water is making the plant, but source of existence of water is something else. That is not, we have to use the word backtracking.
Yeah.
It shouldn't go, it's a technical word, regression. Infinite regression. No.
In order to search for the source of existence of something right now, I'll have to question how that thing came into existence, and within that process, I also question, like, each and every entity that has been
I see that
used.
it is combined in its being. For example.
Yes, like water is combined in its being, soil, sugar, and all that.
So
I question.
This process we have to question. Can the things, for example, very simple, the elements in the being of the flower can be the source of existence of the flower?
I don't know. I have to investigate. So I'm going to investigate the soil and kind of find out the qualities. Does it have the power to give existence?
Power, knowledge, will.
Okay. So that fails. So then I question water. Does it have? It fails. So that's it. We're done. But so that does require backtracking. It does. Like,
no,
I have a project.
Look,
First,
go ahead.
You have to stop at the first step of backtracking.
What is that?
But you can go, some people do that. So what is the source of existence of water then? If the water is making the flower, water is not making the flower. Cannot make the flower.
That's the first step. When
That's
you
the first
and
step.
that's it. It ends
So
there. First
only,
step.
I mean,
Okay.
you use the word backtracking
Yeah.
is normal human reasoning, not backtracking. So asking the question, what is the source of existence of this flower? This is not backtracking. It is using
Okay.
the question within the existence of flower itself.
Okay.
So that is the question that we have to answer. It is not backtracking.
Well, this one, yeah, I understand. What is the source of existence of the flower?
Itself. That's it. But I can see elements within this source of existence. Within the flower. Then you are questioning, can the elements within the flower be the source of existence of the flower?
I see. I see. So
there's no backtracking.
that makes sense.
So Nursi emphatically states that any kind of backtracking doesn't work, is not right, it is illogical. You have to see what you see, you have to question what you see at that moment. Even if it doesn't work, if it doesn't work, can you say that water is the cause of existence of flower, but what is the cause of existence of water is irrelevant question.
To find out the source of existence of
Because
the
water
flower.
is not the source of existence of the flower. Why do you bother about independently, nothing to do with the flower? Instead of looking at the flower, you can look at the water molecule. You can question there as well. What is the source of existence of this water molecule? But nothing to do with the flower anymore.
Okay.
Because it failed. Because it failed that the water cannot be the source of existence of flower. Finished. That's the end. Now, common question. What is the source of existence of water molecule? Everything in itself must be the question. Must be the question. If you slip it, you go into backtracking. Backtracking doesn't work. I mean, this is not unique to Nursi anymore, because all Muslim scholars had reached the consensus that regression doesn't work.
The whole notion that you hear
Backtracking,
in science, like what came first, the chicken or the egg?
That is stupid.
Right.
Now, this question, they say, oh, it is unsolvable. What is the source of egg? No. Does the chicken come from egg? Does the egg come from chicken? Both of them don't. It's a stupid question. Now, backtracking. No, don't. Egg cannot make the chicken.
It's not human to backtrack. Although at first glance, yes, but then you realize it's false. Then
It is false. Really?
okay.
No, so this is a very trick that the simple-minded people fall into. It's a trap, if you like, a materialist trap.
So just question the object.
They come from each other. They come from each other. No, they don't come from each other. Hen or chicken cannot make egg.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Chicken and egg are given existence constantly.
Okay.
Now, the importance of Wednesday class. Constantly.
Okay.
By an absolute source.
Sure.
Biologically.
Okay. Going back to that flower, if I question the source of existence of the flower, what can be the source of existence of this flower? Like right now, what I'm seeing. I say, wait. Although I'm gonna say, hey, I combine these elements, and the flower is given existence. But then I should just be fixated on the source of existence of the flower, because if I say what is the source of existence of the water, then that's
You missed the point. Yeah.
Another like
It is another
phenomenon.
first instant, yeah. First, not the big tracking.
I missed the point of what if I do question.
So of course, ultimately, after the Wednesday class, we should ask, what is the source of existence of today universe as I'm experiencing right now? Can it be yesterday? It is different. No. So the qualities we have to see as you see the universe, what is the source of existence of the whole qualities I'm observing in the universe right now? Can they be by themselves? It's very beautiful. That's why constant existence and understanding of existence is a constant, not a continuous, constant act. It's a very important concept.
Moment by moment.
Okay, moment is for me, but in the universe there is no moment. If you like, I have a camera.
This is very interesting. Constant existence.
Yeah. So camera takes what? Only moment. Yeah. I am camera, but in the universe there is no moment. It's constant existence. It's interesting. So film machine, what do they do? For example, in 1 second, a very fast film machine makes, let's say, 60 or maybe more in a second. Let's say 60, depending on the capacity that it is made. 60 moments. If you develop it, it will be 100 moments. If you develop it, it will be 1,000 moments. Still moments. We experience moments, but it has no end. The moments don't have, you see what I mean? As far as the time-wise, it means the act of creation is not accumulation of moments. Agglomeration, or I cannot pronounce it.
Accumulation? Agglomeration.
Agglomeration of moments. This is constant. So what we have to say now, source of existence of the moment I'm seeing must be absolute. Right there. Because it has no time.
You can't quantify it.
Sorry?
You can't quantify it.
You cannot qualify. Exactly. That's what materialist people never talk about. Even religious people don't talk about it. They are not aware of it, mostly. Very rare people are, not in the community. It's not talk in the churches or mosques or among the people who claim to believe. That's why it's not known. But the Quran talks about everything. Whatever is willed happens. No time. Now, it wills and then says. So like this. The Quran speaks in this way, if you are familiar with this one. إنما إذا أراد شيئا وأن يقول no. أراد شيئا أن يقول له كن فيكون. It means be and it is happens together with willing to create. Not he wills and then says. If you miss the original form of the speech, which is the case in Torah, and then God said to the light to come into existence, and then the next day to the earth to come into existence, and then water, ask the water, 6 stages, categorized 6 stages, but whatever, 6 trillion stages, doesn't matter, moments. Quran doesn't say that. Or we have to understand some expressions in the Quran and the same expressions in Torah like this. as you see its stages. As human beings experience the stages, we cannot experience constant. We always take it into moments. So the Quran and the Torah together talks to human beings as you experience every moment is in fact an absolute action of
Which is the constant.
creation.
Tells us.
Constant, yeah.
Oh.
Absolute must be constant anyways, by definition. Absolute, you cannot say that absolute 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, go a billion, trillion. No, absolute is not that. Altogether at the time, absolute, infinite. Do you understand? That's the reality.
I think that makes sense. So here's my question to you. You're looking at this flower and you question the source of existence of it. What do you do then? Bearing in mind that what I'm experiencing is the moment, looking at this flower and questioning its source of
Only
existence.
thing you can do, the answer is this. First comes to your observation what? The elements in the flower. Then you have to question that. Can the elements in the flower be the source of existence of the flower? You stay there, no backtracking.
Okay.
That's it. If you can see some qualities in them to be the source of existence of
Oh, I
the
see.
flower, there is no need to believe in that.
Makes sense now. Thank you.
Thank you, Salah. Because with the time is really late. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana innaka antal alimul hakim. Wa akhiru da'wahum alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.